Men really need to stop dating single mothers.
Why are you still single?
What's the point? When I like them, they don't like me. When they like me, I don't like them.
What happens when they're chads?
Of course, a lot of young men will approach single mothers over a certain age, but that doesn't mean they want to marry them.
I just don't have the energy for this. I am unsubscribing from this drama.
Well. So I thought I was going to find my soulmate tonight at the Oklahoma hotel bar. Guess what? I did not. So I sat down. There was like so many men, like probably like 50. And I was like on my laptop, like trying.
It's kind of weird to go to hotel bars as like do women go there because they think men are like staying in the hotel because it's a really high-end hotel, just drinking at the bar? Because it's just weird to go to a hotel bar just to drink, in my opinion.
Trying to look like, diligent, like, okay, doing my thing. Not one man, like, looked my way. And I, like, looked up and was like, okay, Dana, close your laptop. Like, don't look, like, preoccupied. They might think that you're busy and they want to approach you. And so I did that. And then I was like, like, just sitting there with my glass of wine. I, like, probably had, like, 16 glasses of wine just, like, trying this, like, theory out. Just kidding. But I had a couple. Nothing. And I, like,
I don't think she had only a couple, but that's not the problem. Why do you think that men don't approach her? Maybe is it because of current society? Maybe is it because of the fact that any woman can stream harassment if you approach her?
Also, she probably looks miserable to deal with. There's some women that look good, that look decent, but when you see them kind of sitting there by themselves, you're like, yeah, I can see why you're by yourself.
It looked like open for like business, nothing. And then I was like, well, maybe there's like rings. I'm trying to like eliminate every excuse other than like, I don't want to be a victim here, but like I'm not the one to be approached because maybe it could be my looks. And yesterday, like I got more looks.
She's not that ugly, so why do you think men don't approach her? Is it because of her attitude? Is it because of how she dresses?
It could be because the bartender told them, yeah, she's here every day doing this, trying to get a man.
From guys, and I thought maybe, okay, I had straight hair yesterday, and I didn't have this like oversized like sweater, but I have on leather pants and panda dunks. I mean, come on. And I guess this is like God saying like, hey honey, your man ain't in Oklahoma. And I knew this all.
Of course. Instead of taking accountability,
it's just not
my man isn't in Oklahoma. She has to move.
It's the state's fault.
Along. But like, damn, rejection wound like coming in hot. But they would be getting in the way of my like takeout fried green beans and my Pamela Anderson documentary that I've been needing to finish. So thank God that I didn't get approached by any man.
So what do you guys think? Why didn't she get approached? She is a pretty woman. Why won't men approach her?
Men just don't do it nowadays, Manosphere, right? Because men know better.
Let me know down in the comments.
I'm at the stage in my life where I want a husband, but then I think, okay, there's no way I can get everything from one man, right? It's like I need one guy to bang me, one guy to cook for me, one guy to make me laugh, one guy to build furniture for me. So maybe I'm not looking for a husband. Maybe I'm looking for a staff.
Yeah, it's called make money and pay for it.
I don't know if she's trying to be ironic or funny, but that doesn't matter. What do you guys think her child will think when she or he will see this video in 10 years? What will he say about his mother?
So what's the number one trait that will make a man totally respect you and see you as a woman of value? That is the core belief that you have options, that you are looking for.
It's not modesty, decorum, classiness. No. It's just
your ideal.
No, that won't make a man see you as a high value woman. If you have a lot of options and a lot of men hanging around you, You won't give that impression to any man. A man wants to feel as special as a woman does. He wants to know that the woman he chose also chose him, and she had eyes for him, not for him and another 100 men.
Match that you are totally worth working for.
I don't like competition. If I were to date a woman and I know that she would date 10 other people, I would just give it up. I'm not going to fight over a woman. There are a lot.
You shouldn't. This is the thing that a lot of men, I think, end up in jail or in the ground for, is fighting over women, right? If she cheated on you, or if she's flirting with a whole bunch of other women, other men, entertaining other men, just walk away. It's not those other men's fault. It's her fault and your fault. Your fault for choosing her and her for cheating or doing whatever she wants to do. Just walk away.
Lots and lots of other women. If I talk to you for a few days and I tell you my opinions and you see how I think, and you still want to go on multiple dates with multiple men just to see who's better and to fight amongst each other for your attention, I'm not that guy. I'm not. I don't have the time for that.
That you are totally discerning and very selective, that you're not picky, and that you...
A man that isn't picky, that has no standard, isn't a real man. A man that just will pick any woman is just horny, in my opinion.
Thirsty and desperate.
have such a keen understanding of this at your core that you really don't put up with any kind of shit. And you're nice about it.
I think this is not a problem with women. This is a problem with simps. Simps that try to compete with one another to see who can buy the most flowers.
Yeah, it's like the simping of how to compete with other simps is to be more simps. It's not to be more masculine and take charge and everything. No. It's just to be more simpy.
Who can take her on the most trips, who can buy the most gifts. And they compete with each other for women that aren't worth your time or resources. That's, in my opinion, that's the biggest problem in society today, because women won't change. Women won't change until men change, until simps stop acting like simps.
Has anybody ever seen that Sex and the City episode where Miranda...
I totally agree with Manosphere on this one, because there's men out there that are just willing to let women or do things for women, just even though they know this woman is married, they know she has kids, even if she's pregnant or whatever, they're just willing to do things for her. Why? And these women, it's hard to blame these women, because these men are just throwing themselves and offering up to do all these things for them as a person that needs help, or as a person that, like, hey, he's offering to help, I can use the help, why not? Right? It's almost like I want to say these women aren't really taking advantage of these men, because these men take advantage of themselves.
Struggling with her weight, and she throws the cake away, and then she goes and eats it out of the trash. And she even calls Carrie, and she's like, hey, you might be doing this, but I just ate.
I think that's the problem with most modern women. They saw Sex in the City and they think that real life is just like that, but it isn't, ma'am. It's not real life. Those were actors.
Ate cake out of the trash. And I used to be like, yeah, heard that, Miranda, you know? And so when I'm overcome with exhaustion or emotion or anything, I would just sit there and process and numb myself with, some pub cheese and wheat thins and fall asleep on my couch. And then come 2 o'clock, I'd make my way upstairs to my bed and then wake up the next morning and beat myself up for gaining 2 pounds and calling myself a fat piece of shit.
Good, that's what I do. If I see I gain weight,
Fucking fat ass right now.
I look in the mirror and say I'm so fat I need to go to the gym and I need to work out more and I need to run more.
That's what...
It's not a problem to want to improve yourself. Why is it a problem to want that. Only in the Western society it's a problem when men or women say that we need to improve ourselves. I think everybody should improve themselves. You
Everybody can improve themselves. No one's perfect.
shouldn't go through life at your current state and be at your current state now the same way in 10 years. I think you should always try to improve yourself. Always.
What I have done for fucking years. And then on top of that, I would be, when I was sitting down there with my pub cheese, I'd be scrolling on Hinge and I would let guys tell me that I was pretty because I felt like I wasn't worthy enough
Yes, they need attention and validation.
of anything. So I needed somebody to validate myself and tell me that, like, you are good enough. And then these guys that I thought I was not good enough for would want to plan a date, and I would not plan a date because I thought that I was too fat. And so it was just like, Dana, like, it was the battle constantly. So I was like, you know, we're going to break up. We're going to break up with food when we're feeling like shit and when we're tired. And then we're going to break up with men validating us. You're going to validate yourself starting now. And so I've been on this like journey, and like I gained 10 pounds. I gained 10 pounds because I was like, I had to let go of the stigma of food. But tonight,
You should not have relationships with food. You should have relationships with people. But that doesn't mean you should just give up and gain a bunch of weight.
I am overcome with exhaustion and emotion. And literally my last desire is to go get a blueberry muffin and to numb myself. And I'm just telling you, that is victory and the beginning of a brand new life for me.
That's the problem with modern society today. They all want to get participation trophies without making any effort. They all say that you don't need to improve yourself, that you should love yourself, that everybody should love the way you are. You shouldn't improve yourself. But that's not correct. You should always try to improve yourself. And we as men know this, because if we don't improve, everybody will let us know that we're not improving, that we're
Yeah. What do women want? Ambition. They want progress. They want all this all the time. Men know when we're not improving.
a piece of shit. But women can go through life without having to do any of those. Even if she gains 100 pounds, she will still find a simp to take care of her.
True.
This is the best comment I have seen. Yes, we're choosing cats over you. So what does that say about you?
You guys are miserable.
It's true. Like, women now can be independent. We used to not be able to be independent. We had to rely on men, but now we have the option to not be with them.
But
Women were always given the option to be independent. They just chose not to be because it was the better option.
ma'am, if you want to get a cat and die alone, men won't stop you.
So we can be picky. We can be choosy. I don't care if I'm single in my 40s, 50s, 60s. That's fine. I'm not going to be miserable with someone I don't like.
What did I tell you guys? They all want the high value man. They don't want to settle, even if it's a man on their same level. They rather be alone than settle with an average guy, a guy on their level.
I don't have to be. I'm independent. And some of you have heard, well, those are masculine traits, but
They are.
why does that matter? If I can do it all and I want to, why not? And when I meet my special someone, I'm sure my femininity will come out and it'll be great. But
That's just not how it works. So again, you think feminine men are all of a sudden going to be able to become masculine when a feminine woman comes along? That doesn't
for now,
make sense.
give me all the cats.
That's an excuse that only women can say. Even if she's too masculine, she will say, well, you're not masculine enough for me to show you my femininity. No, ma'am, you're either feminine or you're masculine.
True.
I can't be feminine sometimes and just wait for the perfect woman to come along to bring out my masculinity. It doesn't work that way. We as men can't make that excuse. I can't wear a dress and say, oh, today I'm feeling so feminine. No, you're either feminine or you're masculine.
feeling particularly generous tonight, so I'm going to give you all some free dating advice. If you find yourself in the position of dating a single parent, more specifically a single mom, the best thing that you can do is to plan dates. That does not mean asking
The best thing you can do, guys,
Is run.
is don't date a single mother.
them, what do you want to do on Thursday? That means asking them, hi, on Thursday, I'd like to take you to this restaurant and do this activity.
No, you can't say that because most single mothers are very busy and they have
Yep.
to find a babysitter, and you have to ask her first when you are free.
9 times out of 10, unless there's a very specific reason that they do not want to do those things, they're going to be so excited to have someone plan it for them, because I have what's called decision exhaustion. And what that is that I make all the decisions for myself and my 2 little monkeys 100% of the time.
I don't want to deal with 2 monkeys. I don't.
That's why you need a man in a house. Women are not equipped, most women, not all, most women are not equipped to handle making decisions every day. They can't play the role of a mother and a father. That's why you have to have a man in the house.
It
Where
only
we
makes
eat, where
sense.
we do, where we go, all of those things. The time frames of everything, the decision is on me. So in my personal life, the nights that I take off from parenting, it is a stress relief to not have to make any decisions, but rather show up and just give you my bubbly personality in its entirety, you know? So
No. Just giving me your personality while I have to do all the work and pay for everything. Yeah, it's called trash. Juice ain't worth the squeeze. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And catch you guys next time. Ciao.